Bah! Bah! Okay, I'm a state now. What does that mean? I learned that in coaching, and I helped others learn that in coaching for years, nearly 2 decades, in the US, in Germany, in Europe, in Asia, in some Arabic countries, right? And what does that have to do with what I'm doing now? I'm in the backyard of the hostel I'm staying at in Upper West Side, New York City. It's Sunday, December 15th, 2024, just a few days, and Christmas is coming up. I came here to New York City to get in state, to come up with a decision for what I'm going to do the next half of my life, the next half of my career, in order to make the turnaround that I announced for a couple of weeks, maybe months now. I started January this year in Paris, coming up with some goals for myself that came to the conclusion there has to be a turnaround, and it has to be a new start rather than a restart. In state now, I have spent 3 wonderful days here in New York. I had some wonderful conversations. I have seen some spots so far. I'm still going to see one before I leave to Oslo in a few hours, and then back to Düsseldorf, Germany tomorrow morning. And I'm going to let you know what I decided. What's my decision made? I wrote it down, so I'm reading some of it, but I'm not going to read it to you. I'm just looking, so I make sure you get everything, and then I show you how I take my notes. And I wrote it down. I wrote it down on paper. I said the other day why I do that. And it's a decision that needs to be anchored. It's a decision that needs to be written. So I signed it in the end with today's date. Think about it whatever you like. That's how I do it. That's how I learned it. That's how I taught it to many people. And by what I learned, that's how it works. So what's the decision? The decision is I'm a cosmopolitan by heart. I'm living and working internationally as a German Familienunternehmer and strategic investor focused on the next gen in the DACH region, empowering founders, startups, and next generation entrepreneurs in other family-owned businesses. I live a flexible and remote mobile lifestyle. And my new company, yes, you heard correctly, my new company will be built to match that. My partners will be worldwide. My market will be the DACH region. And my main international hub will be, guess where? New York City, USA. I'll remain a German Familienunternehmer though, but freed from the obligations of a home and an office. My work will be remote, mobile only, with an international team. Yes, you heard correctly, I'm going to build a team again. And the implementation of as much AI as usefully possible. I'll cut the local and regional ties and engagements, and I'll detract myself from the coaching business. Yes, I'm not going to go into seminars, coaching fees, and stuff like that. My content and experiences gained as a coach will be added to my strategic investor resources. I am my largest and most valuable asset. I will use that strategically. My entrepreneurial history, including the true crime parts, the crisis, and my fuck-ups as well, as my expertise in strength and resilience, shall be used pro bono, for free, to help change and improve the fail culture in my home country in Germany. All of it, will be shared and taken public with as much reach as useful in order to promote, support, and strengthen the reputation and the position as a Familienunternehmer, a German Familienunternehmer in 3rd generation on an international stage now. I'll be an ambassador for the idea, the concepts and approach of Familienunternehmen as a quality standard itself. Decided and signed on December 15th in New York City, Upper West Side, in a hostel lounge by me, Boris. Well, and Tony taught me never leave the site of goal setting without the first steps to get into action. So I did, and I'm going to let you know. What are the first actions? What about today? Well, my decision was to abdicate from all remaining old CEO positions, Geschäftsführer, in Germany. It's done. I sent the email. It's done. Second, I'm going to delete the open to work badges wherever they were. It's done. I deleted them. I'm going to switch my public communication to bilingual German and English related to the content, the location, and the target group I'm speaking to. English will be my first choice, though, especially here online. Fourth, fix my next trip to New York City, which I did. The hostel is already booked for the 9th to 12th of January. That's in a few weeks. I will be here. I will arrange meetings. And whoever thinks he needs to meet me in person to talk to me about what I just decided, feel free to get in touch. Fifth, I'm going to define goals per 2035. Yes, 10-year is my frame of thinking. As an investor, that's my usual thing. And in goal setting, that's my usual long-term frame, 10 years. So what's my plan? What are my goals for 2035? Well, I have an 8-hour flight to Oslo. So time enough to set the goals for 2035. And number 6, I'm going to set the goals for 2025, as that is coming up in 2 weeks. I'll do that on my flight home, and that is considered today. Those are my decisions. That's the major thing. I'm not going to leave Germany for good, like some entrepreneurs do. Actually, the opposite. I'm going to stay in a way in Germany, but I will live remotely all over places, and I will be a link to the international community that is interested. What is this German Familienunternehmen culture? And about thinking about generations and leaving legacies and that long-term approach and that quality that it has in itself. I'm going to communicate that with international partners, co-investors, yes, but I'm going to apply that in Germany to support the next generation, yes, and to strengthen the next generation. And as I said, I'm going to add all the other things into the basket, and some of that I'm just going to give away for free here online, and giving speeches and interacting with people, maybe getting back into universities as I did about a decade ago, and in order to support, to strengthen, to help. Let me know what you think of it. Give me feedback, give me critical feedback, be supportive, whatever you like. Just get in touch with me. I really appreciate that. And I'm flying back, and make sure, enjoy the day.